Hey there, my name's Erik Olson. I'm 34 years old, and I want you to pick me to come to the 2016 Olympia this year with VPX Sports. To start off, I want to give you a little background about myself. Growing up, I've always been tall and skinny, and I've had a metabolism that really allowed me to eat pretty much anything I wanted to without gaining much weight. That actually led me to becoming pretty skinny fat, though, because I was living off foods like mac and cheese, potato chips, soda pop, cookies, you name it, I was eating it. And I was actually missing meals even during that time. In high school, there was a weightlifting class, but I never joined it. I didn't have the self-confidence to. I didn't think I was big and strong like the rest of the kids in the class. I didn't think I'd be accepted. I wasn't a wrestler. I wasn't a football player. So with quite a bit of regret, looking back now, I never joined that class, which I kind of wish I would have. Anyways, I was first introduced to the gym and lifting weights a couple years later while I was in college by a friend named Brian. He lived on the same dorm floor as I did at Washington State University. And this, by now, was our third year in college. The first 2 years we spent playing video games, sitting on our butts all day long. Brian brought me and a couple others to the local rec center, and he did what we consider a full body workout. He showed us what squats were, what deadlifts, bench, curls, abs. He did all of those. And I recall at that point, I struggled to get 20-pound dumbbells up off the bench without my arms shaking like crazy and him having to really lift the weight up for me. But even though I struggled, I do think that going to the gym that day opened the door to what would begin my future in trying to get the physique I've always wanted. I remember over the next couple of years doing as much research as I could on sites like bodybuilding.com, going on YouTube and watching people I was inspired by. People like Steve Cook, Greg Plitt, Matt Ogus, Chris Jones, Christian Guzman, and even the Ziz movement were inspirational to me. They showed me that if they could do it, I could do it. They were inspiring to get me in the gym and show that I could do it and to control my own destiny and achieve the results I've always wanted. Fast forward 10 years later, and I think that going to the gym and making that decision to become a better version of myself, both in and out of the gym actually, has forever changed my life. For the past 4 years, I've taken it to what I consider another level. I've actually dedicated my life to pushing both my mind and my body to the limits. I've made this passion for going to the gym and staying as fit as I can truly a part of my everyday life. Along the way, I have had many obstacles, though, I've had to overcome, which is like I have a career where I sit at a desk for 8 hours a day. I live 45 minutes away from the closest gym. I'm no longer able to eat that junk food that I used to be able to. And most recently, I became a dad to my now 11-month-old daughter. And funny story, she was the reason we couldn't go to the Olympia last year because my wife's due date was a week away from the Olympia. So here we are this year. In addition to those, one of my greatest setbacks was actually in May of 2010, where I got into a motorcycle accident. In the accident, I was going around a turn, and I high-sided over the motorcycle and landed directly on my right shoulder. Shattered the head of the humerus into 4 different pieces. That led to total shoulder reconstructive surgery or replacement surgery, along with 2 years of physical therapy, going 3 to 5 times a week. And that's just to get 90% of my range of motion back, let alone any type of muscle growth or strength back in the shoulder, bicep, or tricep on that side. But even after that big setback, I've actually pushed myself even harder in the gym because of it, to try to maintain as much muscle symmetry on both shoulders and bicep and tricep as much as possible. But all of these so-called obstacles can and have been overcome by the ways I've described. I think other people with similar goals or obstacles can do very similar things to reach their goals. For instance, for me, I use my lunch break at work to go to the gym. That way I can not only get my workout that day, but I get time to come home and spend with my wife and daughter. I also go to the gym on the weekends because I generally have more time then. It's just more free time. I also prepare my meals every Sunday. I used to be able to eat junk food. Now I prepare my meals so that I always have meals ready, my nutrition's on point, and I'm not eating that junk food anymore. And again, I think anybody that wants to reach a goal bad enough can achieve it just by making these small changes in their life. It's not that big of a change in order to reach their goals. One thing I found is actually following through with this routine that I've become accustomed to of going to the gym, sticking with my meal plan, actually gives me a great sense of accomplishment each and every day that I'm able to do this. I'm actually falling in love with the process or this journey towards reaching my goals. That's why I enjoy it so much. I'm currently, right now, one of my goals is trying to reach a true single-digit body fat percentage. That's to prove to myself that I can do it. Because like I said, I'm of the mindset of if someone else has done it, why can't I? And really, once I do this, I'm going to enter a men's physique contest on October 1st of this year, which is 2 weeks after the Olympia. But growing up, I would have never thought I'd be stepping on stage of a men's physique competition or even submitting a video to a supplement company like this. But guess what? Here I am, and I'm doing it. Another thing that inspires me in a weird way is actually being told I can't do something. And maybe this is another driving factor that's in all of us, and I actually believe it is something that can push us further and helps us, all of us, stay motivated to reach a goal or throughout a journey. For myself, in my case, I've been tall and skinny my whole life, like I mentioned. I'm an ectomorph. I've been told plenty of times that I can't do something, like I can't lift weights or I can't join a bodybuilding competition. And I've been told by that by even some of my closest friends. But I'm out here to actually prove all of those guys wrong and to show to myself that I can actually do it. And with that, not only am I getting in better shape by doing this, but I think being able to see the results of my hard work, it actually has really paid off and helped me build self-confidence that I lacked growing up. I want to be able to inspire others so they are able to experience the same sense of self-accomplishment and self-confidence in themselves as well. The journey that I have now become accustomed to has actually taught me to take pride in what I've accomplished, but to never be satisfied with those results. I think that applies both in and out of the gym, by the way, not just my physique. And personally, I'm not actually ever satisfied with anything. I want to be satisfied, I think, means that you're settling with something. And maybe that's just the competitive drive in me speaking, but I'm always striving to be better. I never want to be satisfied, like I mentioned, because I know I can go up from here. It doesn't apply just to my physique. It can be anything in life. Maybe I want to be better, be a better husband, do better, lift heavier, love better, experience more. I don't want to live my life settling and dealing with what I have, thinking that I can't change it. Anyways, that's enough rambling for now. And to sum it up, I know I can't inspire everyone everywhere, but I really want to, my goal is to inspire someone somewhere, just like I was so many years ago that led me to where I'm at today. And I want to show them if I can do it, they can do it too. So thanks for taking the time of listening to my story of why I'm inspired, and I hope you pick me.